What's up, guys? My name is Merlyn, and I am a recent patron of the Match Artist. And I was just going to talk about my experience from start to finish, and kind of going back with, or rewinding back all the way with, what my dating life was like. And for me, I married young. I married at 21. I'm 32 right now, and I was in the military. I, and I don't want to like give my like not give myself credit. I think I knew what I wanted. I was excited to be married. I was excited to start my life and excited to have a relationship, but I certainly wasn't ready for all the insecurities that I had that were gonna show up in the relationship, or her insecurities that were gonna show up in the relationship either. And it ended up being a train wreck, filled with heartache and infidelity, and ultimately divorce. And I spent, the better part of my 20s, and even going into my 30s, trying to figure out how to make sure that this never happens to me again. I got married in 2013 and divorced in 2017. I had a few relationships since then, um, all of which I found through online dating, but they were kind of dead end relationships because I knew they really weren't going to go anywhere, and I wasn't really excited about them. I think I was just trying to fill the void with what I could get. And anyways, after my last relationship ended, over the summer, I was like, okay, I need to take a better approach to this. I need to figure something out because, um, you know, it seemed like meeting girls with online dating. It was really frustrating and depressing, and I just wasn't getting the results I wanted. But like also like trying to do it organically wasn't working either. 2020 changed the landscape for a lot of things, but me, like, I go to church. I've got a pretty diverse friend group. I work in hospitals. Like, you would think that I'd be able to meet a girl organically that shares the same interests with me and that we're mutually attracted, but it just wasn't going to happen, or it wasn't. I shouldn't say it wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't happening. So, in pursuit of figuring out this problem of my love life, I'm kind of like an engineer per se, and so I just like to troubleshoot, and that's what I decided to do. I decided to go online and figure this out, and so I started, looking at a bunch of different, I guess you can call them like pickup artists per se. Some of them I thought had really good advice. Some of them seemed kind of sleazy, but I did eventually arrive at the point that I needed a good online dating profile, and I needed pictures that actually showed me in a good light, not just the crappy pictures that I collected over the years, or the selfies or whatever. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have friends that take good pictures. I mean, I'm a nerd, right? Like most of my friends don't take pictures, or maybe if you're lucky, they've got a girlfriend that likes to take pictures. But anyways, I don't really have a whole lot of pictures, and I think it's kind of awkward taking pictures of yourself. Maybe there's a creative way to do that, but there wasn't one that really made sense to me. So really quickly, it became apparent that I needed to hire somebody to do this for me because it just wasn't happening naturally. So a quick Google search, a couple months ago, and the Match Artist came up, and it was great. I was actually really excited because I was like, wow, like, here's a company who actually understands the struggle, right? Like, and not to say that women don't have struggles with online dating, but I do think that there are struggles that are unique to men in most cases, and I think getting good pictures is probably a struggle that we all share. So, I was excited to see that there was a company that was like, I was like, oh, hey, like, these guys are specializing in this, and to my knowledge, there was nobody else out there doing it. So I was a bit nervous because I was like, this doesn't look like something that's cheap, and so I had to think about that for a minute. I was like, well, do I really want to spend the money on this, or do I want to try and go the shortcut route? Long story short, I went the shortcut route years ago, and it didn't work. So I was like, I guess I should probably go the legitimate route. And it's so far it's ended up being one of the best investments I've ever made in my life. Um, anyways, fast forwarding. So I sign up, and I was nervous through the whole process because I was like, this is a significant investment. I do pretty well for myself, but I don't have like some kind of lavish lifestyle. Like I've got a typical engineering job. I've got a house. I've got a car. I make a decent living, but I'm certainly not made of money. So that was something to think about. But like I said, I'm glad that I did it. I ended up getting assigned with Mike out of New York, and we quickly hit it off. He kind of recognized that I was a little bit of a nerd. I think somehow like World of Warcraft came up, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I used to play back in the day." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, right on. I guess we could be friends." Um, well, anyways, so we set the date for I think it was like November 4th. For the photo shoot, and I'm excited, but I'm also really nervous because like I got to figure out where we're gonna go. I got to figure out what I'm gonna wear. I mean, Mike was there to help me with all that stuff too, but I really just felt the pressure to maximize this whole experience. And I will say one regret looking back. I don't know why I didn't sign up for the longer session. I signed up for the shorter session. I can't remember what times they were, but I just remember thinking like, why didn't I sign up for the longer session? I was like, because I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, but in hindsight, I totally should have signed up for the longer session because it's an investment. And anyways, neither here nor there. Moving forward, so it's time to do the session. I've got all my clothes laid out. Mike shows up. I've got a few family members, some dogs and stuff like that, and we're off to the races. And immediately I can tell that Mike is just doing a great job at making me feel comfortable, getting me to smile, getting me to laugh. I don't know what you guys like, what your smile looks like an inorganic smile, but that's what mine looks like. It's not very good. So having a more organic laugh and just feeling like things are natural, really made me excited about what kind of pictures we were gonna get. And it's funny because like I had this whole plan. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, we're gonna go there, and I'm gonna wear this, and we ended up just kind of winging it. Because I can't. There was some curveball came our way, and I was like, oh, we just got to wing this. So we ended up winging it, which is kind of like how I do most things in life. And the shoot ended up being great. I had a great time. I ended up getting a great friend out of the deal. And I couldn't have been more happy with how things turned out. And actually, it was one of the most fun days of my life. Just going around, the spotlight was on me for once, and it felt pretty good. So, anyways, yeah. So the photo shoot went great. My photographer was great. Not there's not I can't say enough great things about that. So we finished we finished the shoot, and actually I only had to wait 2 days, and I got all my pictures back, and they looked great. I mean, I had so many to choose from that I thought I looked great in, and I was excited because I'm like, man, like this is like what I look like. This is what I look like doing the things that I want to do, and these are the things that I'm interested in. And for the first time, I knew that I had what I needed to build a profile that showed me in a positive light, that showed me the way that I see myself, or the way that I could potentially see myself. And so I went ahead and I made a Tinder profile and a Bumble profile, and I immediately noticed that I had way more what do you call it, activity, or anyways. But I started getting like super liked by girls. Like, I didn't know that was a real thing. I thought like only guys gave out super likes. I didn't know that women actually paid for online dating apps to actually hand out super likes, but I guess you get them if you have good photos. So if you want super likes from girls, you need to have good photos, and the best way to get that is with these guys, the Match Artist. Anyways, so I did my photo shoot on the 4th, and I started matching with the girls, and like it was it was still. It was still a little bit nerve wracking, because you're kind of you got to be patient. It's a numbers game. But I did to start notice that like I definitely had like matches with girls that I was attracted to way more frequently than I did in the past. I mean, usually like once a day or once every other day there'd be a girl that would like me or that I would match with, that I'm like, oh yeah, she's cute. So I went on a few dates, and actually I went on a date on the 17th with a girl named Bethany, and I was like, wow, I didn't expect to meet somebody that I was really just going to be enthralled with, and that I felt like comfortable with, and that I could trust and want to like move forward with. But I met her, and I was like, wow, she's amazing. I didn't know that I'd meet an amazing girl. I thought I was just gonna be a bachelor for the rest of my life. But anyways, so we go on a date, and I like quickly realized that I want to pursue her. So I don't know. There's probably like a clever way to say all this, but I liked her, and I started dating her, and I decided, I was like, I don't need to be online anymore. So I I actually deleted all my accounts, and her and I've been dating for 2.5 years, or 2.5 months. Oh my God. And things have been great. We hang out almost every day. I feel really comfortable with her. I'm not fighting with her. A lot of great things to say. Anyways, I meet this girl, and she's pretty incredible, and I'm really excited to be with her. And just in hindsight, I just think that deciding to do the shoot, to get the photos, was one of the greatest investments I could have made. And not that, and things with her and I are, I'm very optimistic that they're going to work out. But even if they don't, I know I've got the resources I need to get back on the market, which, that's a good feeling as well. So, anyways, even after I met her, Mike still stayed in touch with me. We texted back and forth, and then Robbie, shout out to Robbie, the dating coach. He gave me a lot of great advice with how to set up my profile, how to look at things, and just really made me excited and confident to jump into the online dating scene. I the whole process from start to finish was great. Minus my nerves. But anyways, just looking back now, it's exciting to have been a part of I want to say company, but like I want to call it a community. It's exciting to be a part of a community that focuses on helping men with these struggles, because they're real. And if you're watching this, and if you're on the fence, just go ahead and do it. You won't regret it. I didn't regret it. And I think it's a great thing to support, and a great thing to be a part of.